Welcome back for the second half. British Lions versus Portland Pounders. Andy Miller, referee, color commentator, and Rob Rowan, ex-Able Sports voice. Here we are at this exciting game in Lakeshore in the beautiful facility, and this is the second half of a game that's 19-15. Portland has been showing some real good, strong defense, but Britain has finally broken it back to within 4. And I think that's an important thing that they did because it looked like they were going to be really dominated for a while. Portland with the ball and a turnover. Chance could not get to that ball. It was just too far ahead of him. We have a couple of corrections on some numbers now. We finally know who some people are. And number 2 out there is Steve Palmer for the British Lions. And number 7 is Jason Roberts. We had that right. Look at that tap. What a hit there by Chance Sumner. And they're surrounded. The hands are reaching in. Number 6, Russ Myerson, passes off, and that's the Troy Collins. Well, I'll tell you what. How many times have we seen the Portland surround the ball, scored by Britain?
Portland's defenses could be characterized as a swarming defense, especially around the low pointers.
They call them the Pounders, but they could also be called the Bees, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
All right, so 19-16, it's within 3. I'm sure that Joe Soros, the coach, is very happy to see his team. And look at that nice move there. Very quick, real groove, finding the hole. And
referee Donna Seabach indicating
who wants to take the ball out.
Inbound, yes. Troy Collins will inbound the ball. That's to notify the other players to provide him a clear path to the end line.
Otherwise, what happens is they lock in some of these players, and then the guy is unable to be effective for his team, especially if he's locked in on the other end of the court. And time is running down. It's 30 seconds. There it is. Nicely done. Good pass. Back to Ross Myerson with chances right there, pounding him.
Of course, Ross Morrison and Chance Sumner, teammates last year on Denver, the national championship team.
Interesting, isn't that? All right, and he scoots through the hole. That was sweet. Troy Collins finding that hole. He was a Texas Stampede player. That was a remnants of Mark Zupan finding the what they call narrowing window of opportunity. Portland with the ball down there. They're locking in number 8, Troy Collins, trying to make him have a hard time. And easy score. Troy says, I'm coming down there. It is, like we said earlier, it's a good, effective thing if you can make your three-pointers have to bring the ball in, or in this case, a 2.5 player bring the ball in. That means that the chances are that you may have to throw to somebody with lesser points, and that's where these big hitters might take the ball away. Nice pass. Time is down. It's 30 seconds. He's locked in there. Down to 5 seconds. 3, 2, timeout. Right at the moment. Boy, that was close.
Ross calling a timeout just before a 15-second violation.
I'll tell you what, he did not have a lot of time left on that, and we've often said that the real experienced players have like a clock in their head. Just like some people can wake up without an alarm clock, they have that 15-second clock in their head running at all times. The 10-second clock running, it's automatically set. On the other Portland side, we have Coach Ed Sir. An interesting story here. Let's talk a little bit about Ed for a second. Family of firefighters. Brother was one of the heroes of 9/11 who died. I think both his brothers have been firefighters. For years his father was a firefighter, but his brother was one of our heroes of the New York Fire Department. We have a lot of great stories about how they saved so many people with their bravery. So, look at the pressure here. Again, tough pressure. Trying to get that ball across. Just did. The pass. Chance Sumner comes in there, but cannot get there in time. British scores 21-18. 3 points. Thank you, Ed. Thank you for your family.
And if you notice during the course of as the game's progressed, the Brits have put more of a pressure defense on, a little further up court, making it a little bit tougher on Portland to bring the ball.
It seems they're working. Now we got a 3-point game. The door has been closed there. Will Drew is what we're going to do here. Trying to find a hole, and he does. You see some of these low pointers like Norm Lydick and Eddie Crouch and some of the other low pointers in the game from Canada that are so good. And they're always opening that door. They're always working that door. That was a nice catch there. Chance locks him in there. And boom. Nice hit there.
The low pointers definitely play a key role in the game, and theirs is not to carry the ball necessarily, although you do see from time to time a low pointer will score a goal.
Britain did score that one. Brings it back to 3 points.
Their primary responsibility is to hook and to slow down and basically lock up the other players.
Close the court down a little bit, close the avenues. They have to be thinking ahead because they don't have the speed, so they have to be moving long before. Nicely done there. Portland with an easy pass. They're taking some time here. And the reason they take the time is they're trying to get set up to get their men ready to try to set up for the defense for the next inbounds pass. So if you think it's all about scoring in this game, there's so much more to it. And you really have to appreciate the work that gets done by the coaches and the team captains and the players who are really always thinking. Again, time is running down, long pass, and oh, look at that, nicely done. He knew chances coming, he held on to that ball. You know, it reminds me of some of the football we've seen with the NFL lately. The guy goes up to get the pass, and he knows when he gets that ball, he's going to get slammed to the ground. Well, with people like Chance and Kirkland and Joel Wilmoth and some of these other big hitters, you know that you catch that ball, you are about to get a concussion coming. The freight train. Ross is another one. Big guy.
Definitely test your concentration as you pull that ball in.
Turnover.
Playing nice defense there. 2-on-3. Good score. A little bit of speed at the right second, and he went through. And even though Ross tried to reach that ball, the best he could have done would have been a penalty.
Give and go on
You can hear
inbounds.
Chance yelling. It's like, oh, look at that. Nice. Close that door. Whoa, with 2 seconds left, he got over. That was a close one. And Britain's going to go in for a score. So that's good defense.
Very tough defense around the mid-court stripe.
Yeah, the key to this game is turnovers and scoring, but definitely turnovers. We're 24-21 with 3 minutes left in the third period. Portland has the ball. We have, I think, a little bit of an injury to chair
Looks like
timeout.
an equipment timeout.
The equipment timeout. Have you noticed Chance seems to have a few of these? I think one game I saw Joe Wilmoth's chair get fixed about 6 times.
Contact the whistle on white.
We have our first warning on the Portland team for contact before the whistle.
Now,
again, as you mentioned, that jockeying for position even during the lulls in play, during dead ball situations. Again, referee Darren Roberts looking for an advantage there. And
long
saw
inbounds pass. And they're set up on a key defense here, which has been effective against Portland. They have been effective. Oh, the door has been closed.
Real momentarily blocked by his own player.
Yeah, but he got out of the way. Seth saw that possibility there that if he opened the door, maybe it would stay open long enough. There goes Ross, and a score. 25-22, 3 points. They're making it close. 3 points can be turned around easily.
It looks like the British have sort of reverted back to this hang back in the key kind of defense and so forth.
Well, this is going to mean that Portland's got to change their offense a little bit and really work to lock in some holes in this key defense. All right. Again, pressure. 31 seconds left, and they cross over. And looks like a turnover. And a reaching in foul. Number 7, I think.
Both officials saw that one.
Yes.
2-11.
Our friend Jason Roberts with us again.
He's been here a few times, hasn't he?
Jason seems to like this.
Yeah, I was going to say. And they're covering with some water. As we know that sometimes people with quads, they need to have some water poured on them because their body doesn't cool the same way.
Right. In many cases, depending on the injury, their ability to even perspire is compromised.
They're working hard out there. I'll tell you, if you want to get out there in a chair and try to push yourself up and back to take those hits, it's a strenuous and very tough to have the ability and agility that these people have. Even the low pointers are incredible shape. What makes this sport so fantastic. Okay. The score by the Pounders. Britain laid back 27-22, 5 points.
And our friend Jason Roberts from the British team, who was just in the penalty box after the goal was scored, again, to be able to get out of the box, declared himself the inbounder, so he was getting a free pass.
Ooh, look at that. Oh, look at that. That looked like he had his hand on the ball. Hard to see that one, but we had a view of it. And that's a score for Britain. So you can actually keep a guy from entering the court, in a sense, can't you?
Yes.
You don't have to give anyone a free right away onto the court. If they've been in the penalty box, they have to either call for it or hope that people get out of their way.
Yes.
Now, on the other hand, having two people block one person, you would think that would be an advantage.
Yeah, typically that you see that happen where there's a high pointer ball handler that's in the penalty box, somebody that has the potential. That's really where the other team has an advantage to try and prevent them from becoming part of the play.
Yeah, that was, as I said, you might hear great patience on Will Grew's part, just working and working until he faked his way through enough to keep the door open, and he scored. And now it's back up to 5 points with less than a minute left. Britain probably trying to play out the clock as much as possible, and it looks like a turnover. What do we got here?
Ball was turned over, but even before that, referee Donna Seabach blew the whistle for a 15-second violation.
Okay.
So Portland taking over at midcourt.
All right. That's what you want to do. 51 seconds, 38 on the time clock, 46, and a quick score. That leaves it 40-40. Gives the possibility that Portland might have a chance to get the ball back. Normally you would think that they wouldn't have done that. They would, but let's see how that works out for them. Long pass, 2 men on top, trying to block them in. Okay.
Chan Sumner getting caught with a foul, and of course a penalty goal was awarded because.
But that's okay. Well, they were happy with that. Now they have plenty of time to score. That actually worked out. I think Britain would have been better off holding the ball until the last second there and give him only 4 or 5 seconds. So it's 5 points. They'll end up with, if Portland scores, 6 points. Not, I think, a very good move on Mr. Sparkhill. And score with 9.3 seconds left. That puts it up to 6 points, 30-24. Third period coming close to an end. Is 9.3 seconds enough time for Britain to score? They inbound the pass. They have 8. Coming down, 6. They're pushing down to 3. Coming down the end. And a turnover. And it's over. 30-24. Portland gets back to 6 points at the end of the third period. Andy Miller joining me, Rob Rowan with xable.com sports action at Lakeshore at the Demolition Derby. Stay tuned for a more exciting end here of this great game.